Hello, my name is Luke. Welcome to my channel, Dr. Business. Rename for the last time. It will not change for as long as I will put some videos on it. Today it's March 6th and I want to share with you some lessons learned on March 3rd, 2021. So only 3 days ago. So that day I went to the Etchemin Park to do my snowshoes walk, like I always do, like almost every day. And that day, I decided to park my car at the Beaumont parking lot. Remember that, important for the rest of the story. So let me show you from the parking lot the way to where you can start doing everything you want to do in this park, summer and winter. So as you can see, the distance from the parking lot to the start of the trails, skiing trails or whatever, okay, it's not that far. But it's important to remember for the rest of the story. Here in this park, people walk, they do skiing, they can even do fat bikes because there is a fat bike trail. And you can be as long as you wish in this park, summer and winter, doing as many kilometers as you wish because it's a huge park. I've been going there in this park for the last 3 years, and I was there for hiking, doing some snowshoes in the winter, and I film a lot with my GH5. And let's take a look at some of the footage of the river summer and one just a few weeks ago, just to give you an example of exactly what kind of river it is there, the Etchemin River. So as you can see, it's not a small river. And on that day, I decided to take a walk, not on the left, because I've been there so many times, but on the right. As you can see on those shots, there was a trail close to the river and the shoreline where people walked all the way from very far to the east, all the way to the fall. So let me show you two pictures and you will see how far you can walk and go all the way to the falls. So I decided to follow this trail, and here's a video that I took while I was on the trail at the level. Okay, this video was filmed with my phone because I had my GoPro but my battery was dead. And I also had my small camera bag with my GH85 and 4 lenses. I had my Olympus 25, 45, 60, and 75 with me in this small bag, and my GoPro on a monopod. So this video was shot on the river. Now for a short video like this, I always use my phone just to take souvenirs because most of the times I am not there to film anything else or doing some pictures because it's a day like any other day when I go there. So my goal was to go all the way to the falls because I knew that the trail ended there, safely on the shore. So you follow the shore all the way, and then at a certain place you go up naturally on the safe ground, and you can go to the falls, which are very close. So that was the plan for that day. So everything went as planned until I reach this place on the shoreline. So take a look at the picture. There is an arrow right there. At that exact place, there was a hike trail to go up the bank of the river. And when I stopped there for a few minutes, I was thinking, okay, do I go forward all the way to the falls like I planned, or do I go up that hill? So that was the thinking that I had right there. And then in a split second, the ice underneath me broke, and I ended up to my waist on the river, in the water. So let me show you a video and some pictures of where exactly that happened. As I tried to grab the shoreline because I had water all the way to my waist, when I thought it was the shoreline, more water and more water. So I tried to grab something on my left, but it was just snow and more water. So right there, I knew that I was in really, really big trouble. And in an instant, it takes like 1 second. The icy water penetrated my clothes, my boots, everything, and I felt extreme cold in an instant. It took 1 second. So at that very, very moment, I had only one thing in mind. You will say that maybe I was thinking about my life or whatever, but no. The only thing I had in my mind was the tips given by François Calvier in his latest video. I will put a link below in my description of my video because that was the only thing that I had in mind. So I crawled on my belly using both hands to get out of the water quickly. But here's the thing, I had my snowshoes on. So getting up on solid ground with snowshoes is really hard. Now imagine in those conditions. But it had to be done. I had to go up the hill slightly, and the first thing I had in mind is to take off my snowshoes as fast as possible to get a grip on the hill, because with my snowshoes I could not go anywhere. So I remember taking off my first one. I think it was my left one, but I can tell you 3 days later that I don't remember taking off my second one at all. I don't remember. So after that, I climbed a little bit higher, and it took me at least 10 minutes to go halfway up the hill. But by then I was totally spent. I was burned out. I decided to rest a little bit to catch my breath because my heartbeat was really pounding and my clothes was so heavy with the water. Remember, I had everything on me, my clothes, my camera gear, everything, and I was really heavy. I did not think that water was so heavy, but it was. So the cold got in, and especially in my boots and my clothes, felt like 1,000 tons. But the cold sank in really, really, really fast. I could not imagine how cold it was really fast. The temperature that day was -6 Celsius and a mild wind of 15 to 20 kilometers per hour. So it was not that cold, but -6, 15, 20 kilometers per hour wind with all wet clothes, it's cold really fast. So I was able to, a few minutes, to move a little bit up the hill, a few meters, and I had spent almost all my energy. It was so demanding just from the water all the way to where about 3/4 of the hill, and I was spent. So I stopped a second to catch my breath because I was completely out of breath. And it was at that moment that I saw a woman on top of the hill, and I asked her to pull me up with my monopod because I had, as you can see here, this monopod, and I had my GoPro on here, okay, without any batteries. I would have wished that the GoPro was working. I would have had that all in my tape, but the GoPro was dead. So I had this monopod here. So what I did is I just hooked up the monopod like this, you know, stretch it all the way to the top of the hill to the woman, and I asked the woman to pull me up the hill. So she pulled me up the hill with the monopod, and I don't know who you are, madame, but I really thank you because you stayed there, you saw me. First, you saw that the water, there was a big hole in the water, and you stopped and you saw me on the hill, trying to get up the hill, and you stayed there. So thank you for helping me go up that hill because I was not able to go further because I was totally spent. So I was finally up the hill, but I was not out of danger because I was wet from waist down, and I did not know if my camera was full of water or whatever because my gloves were wet also. But on top of the hill, it was time to go to my car, slowly but surely, because the breathing, I knew that I had to breathe slowly, and it took about 5 minutes or 10 minutes to go to my car. And once I got to my car, it's not very far from here, it got about 5 minutes, and I went here. Once inside here, I got rid of my clothes here. Well, I tried to because I could not believe how hard it is to take off so many wet clothes because I had underpants, I had my pants, I had my boots. Everything was soaked wet, and it was really hard to take it off because also I was freezing even when I went inside, and I was numb, and my heart was pounding even though I was inside. But I got into the bathroom, I got some warm water. About 1 hour later inside, when the adrenaline fell down, I fell asleep totally spent. I was burned. That night I slept for 12 hours, and the next day I felt quite fine. I have learned so much from that incident, that experience, like everybody that goes through something like that, I guess. I'm gonna end this video for now. In the next video, I will tell you what I've learned and give you maybe some advice, even though I am not an expert in outdoor survival techniques. I'm just a simple dude that goes outside and do some pictures and video with all my camera gears. So thank you very much for watching this video, part 1 of 2. If you have any comments, suggestions, questions, leave them in the sections below. And I will be pleased to answer all your questions about what happened that day. Until then, I'm Doug Biz. Stay healthy, stay in shape, be happy, smile because life is beautiful. See you in part 2 of this adventure that happened to me on March 3rd. Bye-bye.